If you still feel like you're suffering after doing all this spiritual work and healing work, if you've done the energy work and the healing practices and you're still feeling triggered and anxious and you don't know why, you're in the right place. Hey, I'm Angela, and I help sensitive and aware people get free of the thoughts, beliefs, patterns, and habits that keep them in pain. So let's talk about this today because so many of us are frustrated and wondering why nothing seems to be working right now to help us feel better. It is, as always, normal that you're experiencing this. We are all going through this right now. It's not that you haven't done the work. It's not that you're using the wrong tools. It's not any of those things that you're probably telling yourself. You've invested a lot of time and energy and money into the things that you've learned, and you're still feeling triggered, you're still feeling anxious, you're still feeling exhausted, you're still feeling frustrated, you're still feeling the same emotional pains as you have before. And that creates a lot of confusion, a lot of helplessness, hopelessness, and even shame. We start to shame ourselves after a while and say, well, I have to be doing something wrong because I don't feel any better. What's wrong with me? That's like the number one thing that we ask ourselves all the time. So, what's going on? First, you can't, how do I say this? You can't think your way out of pain. And you can't even procedure yourself out of pain. You can't awaken out of trauma. You can't ascend trauma. All of these things that we're taught in spiritual circles about, ascension and awakening and consciousness and all these things. All of those things are great, but they're very much understandings and knowledge and wisdom, but they don't do anything for the stuff that's still stuck in your body. Your body is still holding on to trauma that those things can't touch because your body is still protecting you. As long as you're in protection mode, as long as your nervous system is in protection mode, none of those things are going to do everything that you want them to do. So while those tools focus on very good things, consciousness and awareness and mindset and all those things are great things to know, and they do serve you. But if you don't feel safe in your body and you don't feel safe processing your emotions, and your nervous system is still unregulated, you're still going to keep feeling the intensity in your body because the pain is stored there physically. You've become spiritually aware, but your body is still in survival mode. So it's not really getting on board. So what do you have to do to shift that? Healing happens when you stop trying to run away from your feelings. And this is the hardest thing. But I've noticed it in all of my clients that are still struggling and suffering. And again, it doesn't mean that if you do the work, you're never going to be in pain again. The people that I'm seeing, whether it's my clients or just people who contact me, the ones who are in the most pain are the ones that are having the most trouble accessing their pain and helping themselves through it. So things like grief and anger and fear and discomfort, and especially the physical sensations in your body that are happening when you have anxiety and things like that, and you can physically feel the sensations in your body. If you run from those things and you don't sit with them, you're going to keep feeling them because your body needs a way to resolve it.
And the way your body tells you it needs to resolve something is by making you feel something. So you're feeling all these sensations because your body's saying, I gotta get this out of me, I gotta get this out of me, I gotta get this out of me. So just know that energetically there are things in there that still need to be resolved.
So why, if we know all of this, which we all do on some level, why do we avoid doing this kind of work? Well, mostly because of trauma, because when our body feels vulnerable, when it feels unsafe, when it feels intense, when it feels unfamiliar, when it feels overwhelming, the first thing our nervous system does is say, no, I'm not, I'm shutting down. This doesn't feel safe to me. We tend to equate an intense feeling with not being safe. So none of your suffering, none of your struggles, none of those things are because you failed or that you're doing anything wrong.
It's here because your body is asking for you to come back to it, to
make friends with it, and to give it the attention that it needs. It wants you to not run away, not transcend, not ascend, not, do any of those things that you were taught. It wants you to return to yourself and to give yourself the love and the care and the time and the attention and the compassion that you really need. So you don't need a new technique. You don't need more information. You don't need to think about anything else. You don't need to read more books on it. You don't need to take another class. You don't need to do any of that right now. You need to slow down. You need to allow yourself to feel how you feel as you're feeling it without stopping it or judging it or trying to make it go away. You have to teach yourself how to do simple, small things to ground yourself. Whether it's a phrase that you say to yourself or a way of getting back into your body, rubbing your hands, feeling the connection between yourself and the chair that you're sitting in.
Just simple little things like that that can teach your body in very small increments that it's safe to be in my body. That's what you want to teach yourself is I'm safe in my body. I feel safe in my body. And that is a matter of, again, taking baby steps every day. You don't want to overwhelm your system, but you do want to retrain it to act and feel as if it's safe, because it is. We were all traumatized in some way as kids, and we
escaped our bodies for very good reasons. It helped us survive. It helped us escape. But those things aren't happening to us anymore.
We know that, but our body doesn't know that. So we have to, again, start doing the little things every day that help reassure our body that we are safe and that it's not in any danger. So your body will heal, and it will heal when it feels safe enough to stop protecting you, because that's what it's actually doing. When you run from something, it's because your body is trying to protect you. It's a habit. So we have to learn to undo that and make it feel safe again. So this is the real work
of spirituality and self-healing. This is the work. It's
not escaping our body, not ascending or transcending it, not being beyond it,
and believing that nothing touches us or nothing's supposed to touch us or affect us. We're human beings. And that's what this time that we're in right now.
And for the next, from now until you
can imagine, this is the road we're on. we can't keep doing these things in the mind because it doesn't work anymore. Energetically, it's time for us to ground our spirituality. All those words, all those pretty words, and all those false promises that spirituality gave us, it's over. We are back in our bodies. We have to get back in our bodies, and we have to do the real work. So if you're interested in doing the real work, there are links in the description to set up a personal session with me. There eventually, at some point, I will probably do a group class. I haven't decided on that yet. So if there are specific group classes you'd like to participate in, throw me some ideas in the comments. I'm always open to that. So I hope you are able to give yourself some love and attention today and compassion. You're going through a really hard time. The energies are weird. Everything feels unsteady still. So take good care of yourself. Hang in there. Know that everything that's happening and everything that you're experiencing and everything that you're learning is here to help you and heal you and set you free. Thanks for being here. I'll see you next time.